Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today's install is going to be these KC CYCLONE version 2s that I got back in 2022 at the Overland Expo West in Flagstaff, Arizona. There's a video, you can go back and watch that if you'd like. But I got them that long ago. I had to wait for some sort of a switch pod, so I got the VoSwitch JL400 installed recently, and these are going to tie in perfectly. I'm going to mount them right here. Seen it on a few Jeeps. This isn't a new idea, but I like it. It's kind of clean, and the wires go right through here and into the cab, and then I'm going to run them all the way up and tie them into that VoSwitch. So stay tuned, that's what we're doing today. Hey, thanks for watching these videos. I hope you're enjoying. If you are, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Trying to reach 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, hopefully by the end of the year, at about 678 now. So, you know, I think something like 85 to 90% of the people that watch these videos aren't subscribed. And if you're already on YouTube with a YouTube channel or whatever you got, it just takes hitting that subscribe button and boom, you get to see all my videos when they come out, and I get to call you a subscriber and a friend. And I appreciate that very much. For those that have been following all along, thank you. For the new followers, thank you very much. So today's project is going to require very few things. Wire cutters, wire strippers, wire connectors of all sorts. I've got some wire harnessing here. The lights, obviously, the drill and the drill bits that I'll pick the right size. I do have these screws. They're flush, Allen wrench. This is a 1/4 inch long, stainless steel. I have a 1/2 inch long ones just in case the 1/4 inch are too short. I thought maybe the 1/2 inch might be too long, so I got these as well with the short nuts, or the cap nuts. I forget what they're called. The shorter nut. It's not as thick, to try and save space, and a lock washer. We'll see if we're going to use all that, any of that, or we're going to have to go back and get different stuff. But that's the idea, folks, right there. Stay tuned. We're going to get this done. I forgot one tool you will need: small flathead screwdriver. That's to remove these. Very simple. There's already a slot right here at the base. Just going to stick this in there, gently pop it up. Now, this looks fragile, so I'm going to be really careful. I'm going to say be careful because it might break. You got to push it in, and then it'll come right off. Now I can make the measurements that I want and make the holes, drill the holes where I need them. First hole to drill is the center hole. You have to remember that when this folds up, that this gets in the way right here. So I will just simply, instead of doing any measuring or looking, I made sure by folding it up and holding it up there that the bottom of the light's curve sits kind of in the curve of the cap. As long as you go that low, you should have plenty of clearance at the top when you fold the window up. So first hole is going to be drilled for the center, then we'll drill a second hole for the wires. 1/4 inch bit. I've already tapped it to the center. Alright, I got both holes drilled in this one. These will be my pilots for. I'm just going to take off the other cap and drill the holes. Done. Done. So I'm going to splice a little bit of wire onto these so that I can get the wiring done. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically connect this set of wires for this light to this, and then from here straight to the VoSwitch JL400 in the engine compartment. I'm going to go ahead and put these on and then test for spacing. Alright, here's what it looks like, final product. No visibility of the wires all the way around the outside. Here's the back side. One hole for the nut and bolt, and one hole for the wires to go through. And that's the final product of the cap. I think it looks good. Now this right here, these are the problems. I'm going to find out right now if there's room for all this. I'm not sure how it's all going to go. So before I go any further, that's what we're going to test right now. Alright, I don't know if you can see that from way back there. Alright, so right here is what I'm talking about. Wasn't sure how this is going to work. Alright, so I have to decide something really important here. I can go through the roof right here. and plug that with silicone. I don't know. This would be the first time I've personally drilled a hole in my roof, but I might. I'm going to think about this for a little bit while I get everything else done. It's fiberglass, shouldn't be a hard cut, but I'm going to think about it for a second. Alright folks, I've made my decision. I'm going to drill, baby, drill. I'm scared though, because I've never drilled. There's holes in this because of the roof rack, but I've never personally drilled into this. So I'm just going to do it. And then I've got silicone, I'll seal it up. I think that's best. You can see both wires coming down. That's what it looks like. So basically stage one is done. We've got them mounted. I think they look really slick. I feel like the best way to keep the back sealed up is to not let them push on the seal. Because if I don't go through the roof, they're going to be pushing on the seal, creating a potential for dust and water to get through. Now, anybody might say you drill a hole in your roof and there's a real possibility for water and dust, and I would agree with that. That's why I'm hesitant, but sure, that's what I'm going to do and hope that the silicone works. Fingers crossed. A little bit of a cleaning job on this surface. I'm assuming that keeps the paint chipping. And there's not going to be any rhyme or reason to exactamundo where we're putting the hole. I'm not going to measure, but it's going to be straight down so that the arm here doesn't pinch the wire. So it's going to be straight down. So I'm just going to look straight down from this bolt here, which is still inside this, and drill a hole. Same thing on this side. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No hesitation, just drill. Same thing here. Just gotta get this done before I second guess anything. Before I start thinking about it too much. Okay, there. I just did it. I just drilled the holes. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is going to work for the wires. That's all good and fine and dandy. I'm just, I don't know, drilling a hole in your roof is nerve-wracking. Alright. And through. I don't know what kind of bending it's doing or if it's doing damage to the wires every time it bends. Yeah, that's just going to remain to be seen what if there's damage here because of the bend. Anyway, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to keep going, get to the point where we can make sure the wires aren't already broken, and then if they're not, we'll just wait and see, and if it breaks, we'll know where the weak spot is. Probably it'll be right here. And I'll have to figure something else out. And I'll probably wait as long as I can to silicone, because it's not going to rain here in Southern California for quite some time, I promise you. Alright, so the wire is going to go up through here, down this side, underneath here, along that edge, and underneath here, down through here. It's going to go on through here, like so, and through here. I'll get it down in here, in through here. I have to pop it one more time to get it to come out. You can't see, but trust me when I say it comes out right here where my finger is, and then through the firewall. All right, I have the path as I showed you. The real question is, do I do both red and black at the same time, or do I just do it twice? The simple answer is I'm going to try and do both at the same time. I've got my trusty handy dandy copper tubing for pushing and pulling wire through, and we're going to try and do it all at once. As you can see here, this is kind of the route that the wires are going to take, and I'm going to try and show how easy it is to hide them one-handed. So I'm just going to shove them kind of in here, make sure they're down and then just kind of tuck this all back in nicely, which it does very easily. And basically, They're back. The wires are hidden. Okay, nicely done. I don't think we're gonna be able to see too well in here, but it comes out right at the top. I just gotta go through the firewall, across, and connect it. Again, the pass-through is right here. Barely see it. All the wires coming through it already. Man, I hope I can get the wires through it. There's a lot of wires in there. Wire through. Now I gotta get it through the cap and then just hook it up over there. Alright. Through the hole, up and around and over and across. I just gotta zip tie it up and connect it to the VoSwitch. Oh, forgot the strippers. The wire strippers. Alright, negative is tight, positive is tight. Let's pull the excess wire through. I think that crimps it down inside there. Alright, alright. Alright. Alright guys. We're done in here. It's connected here. I'll come back and trim all this up. We've got one more job of connecting wires in the back. That's in the shade, so we're gonna move back there, finish this up. Then we'll test the lights and we'll be done. Last two connections, red to red, black to black. I'm hoping it's that simple. Let's give it a shot. Pretty good, guys. It looks pretty good. Now's the big moment. Gotta test them.
Yes! Yes! They work!
Just a little bit of final information. So I did not put a disconnect. You know, in 4 years and all the overlanding and off-roading and whatnot I've done, I have never taken the roof off this thing. I know I'm not a real Jeep person unless I've gone topless, but I have never been topless or doors off, and probably don't intend to be. I mean, it's constantly got the tent up there. I could take it off. I've decided to probably just leave it all up there kind of full time. So yeah, no disconnect. And yes, the lights point straight up when the back windows open, but they're amber, so they're mostly for dust on the trail or fog on the road. They're not really to light up the backside of camp. I mean, they will a little bit because they're pretty bright. We'll see at night how bright they really are. But yeah, not for really lighting up the ground. So yes, they do point straight up when the back window's up. So that and the fact that I didn't do a disconnect, that's about all I wanted to follow up with. We'll see you guys in the next video.